This is Hood Explains It All. We about to talk about NFTs. A lot of people been asking me to talk about NFTs for a while. They don't know what's going on. I'm gonna give y'all the lowdown because there's a lot of good things happening in the NFT space. Let me see. Right here, this is a perfect place to start. I looked at this story. This was interesting. Pokemon card sells for more than $300,000 in an eBay auction. Now this is a Charizard first edition. I used to play Pokemon cards, so I actually had this card before. Definitely didn't know it was gonna be worth $300,000, or I'd have kept it. But I used to remember like my mother telling me this was a she called it a vicio.
¡No me hable! ¡No me fucking hable! ¡Coño!
In Spanish, it's like an addiction. You go in there, it's like buying the new Jordans every weekend. You go in there, get a couple of packs of cards. Hopefully you get a good one, which back in the day, it used to be this card right here. This one right now, I mean, they selling it. It goes for $300,000. See, cards like this, like if Pokemon, whoever owns Pokemon, I don't even know who owns Pokemon. Let's find out. Oh, it's Nintendo. Wow. Well, I will be talking to Nintendo executives right now. But I mean, I'm sure. Let's just dig down the rabbit hole real quick. Let me just put Nintendo NFTs. Let's see if they're even talking about it right now. Oh, Nintendo is missing out on a gold mine. Well, people are very serious about this. So let me show you how this works in real life. NBA, they have a website called Top Shops. You could go ahead and put that on the Googles. NBA Top Shop is pretty much a system where they take highlights from NBA player games and they go ahead and turn it into an NFT. You can have, let's say LeBron. You can have LeBron James doing a slam dunk on somebody in a very horrific manner.
That's LeBron James with authority, and they're standing here in Miami.
And,
hello, Ben McLemore.
Ben McLemore says, my goodness, I thought I was ready for that, but I guess I wasn't.
Ben, I told you you're going to be a star in this league, but it's not going to be tonight.
And they could go ahead and put that on an NFT and immortalize it for all time. And they sell these on the open market, and these actually come in packs. This is where it's going, guys. If you don't know now, that's why I'm trying to make these videos so you can get it, because it's happening before our very eyes here. Top Shop here, you can see it's the beta. They're selling packs online. They got their own little marketplace. Let's just go to the packs and see if they're even selling. I don't even know. Look, they've already done over $400 million in sales. You know what I mean? They just started this not that long ago. But here we go. This is only one listing for the LeBron James, and it's a dunk. I was just saying that as a thing, but here it is, guys. Look at LeBron James. You could get a dunk that he did back at February 6th from the Top Series. And, if you want to pay, the lowest bid is $250,000. So, I mean, if you got that kind of money. LeBron James, lowest ask is $250,000. And you got a top sale that's ever sold for is $210,000. So whoever bought this card bought it for this much, and they're now asking for this much, and no one's taking this guy on his offer yet. Now I can see this going with Nintendo if they decide to turn this into like a Pokemon collectible thing where people could just get the Pokemon from their individual packs. They only sell a certain amount of packs every season, so once that season's gone, that's it. You can't get them no more, and you create scarcity in your collectible. You know what I mean? The only reason this Charizard costs so much is because you can't get it nowhere. Now let me tell you, the people don't know that they want something until they do. So this is actually one that's selling now. It's a 9.5 rating. This is a first edition, I don't know what the fuck, Shadowless, $19.99. But let me tell you guys this. Imagine just for a minute that this was a digital asset that we're talking about. Not very different from what we're seeing here with LeBron James NFT, a dunk being sold to someone for $250,000, or someone buying it for $210,000 and then going on to sell it for $250,000. This also has value. Maybe not to me, or maybe to you or me. We don't get why somebody would pay this amount of money, but for all intents and purposes, you're buying this for this amount and someone buys this for this amount. The person that makes this purchase is actually in a safer position, because this NFT, we'll go to the common questions because I'm sure they covered this. The NFTs aren't physical items that could be taken from you. They exist in the blockchain. Unless you get hacked and somebody, of course, puts a gun to your head and tells you to fucking, give you their digital LeBron James. These NFTs can't be destroyed. They can't be lost or anything like that. And the beautiful thing for the NBA is because since they made these, even if somebody sells the card for more, they get a cut. So let's say Nintendo gets onto this, and I would imagine that they're already getting onto this, but let's just say that someone buys a Charizard for $10,000, let's say 5 years ago. Nintendo got nothing off of that. They made their original set. They made their money. I'm sure they made a lot of money. But imagine if they made that money and also they're entitled to half of the royalty. You know what I mean? Or whatever the percentage is. So you buy a Charizard for $10,000 back in 2015, and now you're selling the digital card again today because they've been made mad at these packs. They're not releasing that NFT anymore. I mean, I'm sure whatever pack that LeBron is from, you can't buy that pack anymore because it's sold out. So the scarcity is fixed, and it's not for the, it doesn't even behoove the company to print anymore, actually, because they're not going to get anything from it. If anything, they're just going to fuck the market up. I'm sure if one day Nintendo is like, oh, well, we're going to just print some of these boxes again, they're going to fuck up everything.
You are really dumb, for real.
You know what I mean? Like, people are going to be upset. You know what I mean? Like, people want things to be scarce. They want to have something that not everybody else has. But the problem with the original creators is that they don't get anything from it. Nintendo's not getting none of this money. And this original card was probably purchased off a pack from someone, you know what I mean, several years ago for like $10 or $20, and look what it's being sold for now. And if it was an NFT, Nintendo wouldn't even have to track any of this. They could just release their cards, and forever, if the Charizard keeps selling and keeps getting more rare and rarer, every time it gets sold for a higher price, Nintendo gets a cut. I think that's what these companies are looking at. I think they see the potential. It's a big thing though to go from, it's a physical card to a digital card. That part I understand. But honestly, we live in a digital era. And like I was telling people, it could get to the point where even like these images won't be shown unless you're the original owner. So like an NFT that was a Charizard can be released by Nintendo, and only the people that own that card can post it on Instagram or any other site. And, maybe other people can use that image, but they would need permission from the NFT owners who get a cut anytime it's used. And that's how it can be enforced. Let me tell you, this wave here has unlimited potential. I've been hearing things like music artists talking about they're doing album NFTs. So they could cut out the middleman. And if you make your song an NFT and people buy it off of you, anytime somebody wants to use that song, they have to pay you. I think it's a beautiful thing for creators. I think it's definitely going to even the playing field out. Because quite frankly, there's been a pie, but it hasn't been cut fairly, I don't say. I think that, these big suits, these big tech guys come in, they build these monopoly companies, and they're not really sharing with any of the creators at all. And, whatever deals they're making with them is definitely not helping them in the long haul. So that's just an example, guys. I just want to show this to you this way, because I feel like so many people hear about NFTs and they don't really get it. And I feel like just showing you guys an actual website that is up and running, that is lucrative for these people, just to show you how this goes and show you where it can be used on something that's just as ridiculous. Let me tell you, a $250,000 LeBron NFT is just as ridiculous to me as a Charizard at $269,000. But there's people out in the world that would call me an idiot, that I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, that these are better than gold even, because they're just that rare and that they will not be made again. I think it's a risk when you do things like that, but then again, they've never reprinted these as far as I'm concerned. So I think this market is pretty solid, and I think it's gonna blow up in a big way. Let me tell you, if I was this age and the cards did not come in this form, but they came up in this form, I would buy them. People fail to understand that eventually someone is going to get a hold of this and do something crazy. And it's not going to make sense to you until it does. And it's better that you understand this now. And I'm just talking I'm going to be talking to my audience like they're my family. And if you were my family, this is what I would tell you. I would tell you, stop sounding ignorant. Stop sounding like these people that are like, oh, it's digital. It's not, I can't touch it. There's a lot of things you can't touch. You can't touch your 401k. You can't touch your full income. But people don't worry about any of that, because that's just how the system is. We're going digital. This is a new way of doing things, and we're in a digital age, you know what I mean? Like, did you really think that the next Pokemon card craze was going to be cards, actual cards? You really think people are like moving around like that? No, it's going to be something like this where it's digital and you can like play people online for tournaments and for money, and that, you know what I mean, that snowball effect, it's going to create a lot of opportunities. Let me just say that. From an investment standpoint, again, I am not a financial advisor, but I'm good with money, and I can tell you this: as long as you invest in what you can afford to lose, you'll be all right. You know what I mean? You'll be all right. Mark Cuban, look, he's just making these crazy announcements. He wants to turn their tickets into NFTs. You know what I mean? This is people not even gonna know that you're using NFTs and you don't even realize it. Like, that's how good the technology is that you're not even gonna realize it's happening, but you will feel the effect. Things will get easier, and you're not gonna want a life without blockchain anymore. You know what I mean? Look at this. Forget overvalued artwork. Mark Cuban sees NFT ticketing as the mass market disruptor. These guys they're setting it up. I say that, you know, Mark Cuban's a smart guy. I always look at where the money goes. I'm not invested in this project, but maybe I will. Maybe I will. Look, Mark Cuban explains. Mark Cuban explains NFTs get over the lack of physical ownership. You know, these people, they're not thinking about that closed-minded shit. You know what I mean? Like, that must have been like how Amazon was when it lost 90% of its value and people were just telling people not to invest. If you see the long-term game, you know that volatility is part of every market, and you can't do nothing about it. Like, if you try to time it, good for you. Otherwise, you're gonna be like other successful investors, which is they just make the right bets, and they have a target in mind as far as like their life and what they hold valuable. And you know, if their investment goes up by a lot, then they'll take profits. You know what I mean? I'm not here to tell you guys to be blind when you're investing in any project. I don't even care if it's, you know, crypto or you have your favorite stock, or if you're buying gold or whatever. Like, I'm not here to shit on anybody's way to preserve their wealth. I think that governments are out here spending money recklessly. I think that the chickens are gonna come home to roost, and I think that it's smart to own all assets of every kind, because I feel that anything that's scarce is going to mean a lot more when these guys are printing funny money every few months. You know, America printed, what was it, like over 30 or 40% of their currency in 1 year. You know, you're a country that's existed for hundreds of years, and in 1 year you printed 40% of your currency. You know, this is not like Illuminati shit where I'm trying to scare people. I'm just like giving you the facts so you can decide what you want to do. And there's no wrong way. Be honest with you. He's invested in Rarible. I'm sorry, I got off on a tangent. Mark Cuban mints first Ethereum NFT on Rarible. Buyer spends $81,000. I wouldn't even be surprised if he bought the NFT, because that's what I would have done. I'm minting it and I'm buying it. Like, y'all good. Because if someone else bought this, whoever bought it for $81,000 is going to sell it for much more. Because this will be the story when they look back on NFTs. Like, oh, what's the first one that Mark Cuban made? This one. And even though 81,000 sounds fucking crazy as hell, if Mark Cuban continues to do what he's doing, which I love Shark Tank, I think that shit is a fucking beautiful show. that every kid needs to watch, and unfortunately they're not.
This right now. We both have day jobs. I'm in school. I'm going to be a freshman in high school, and my dad works in medical sales. We have a private label partnership with one of the most recognizable brands in painter's tape today, and they are presenting us to their 55,000 worldwide locations.
This is going to be worth way more. And he's not going to care if someone sells it for 150,000 because he's going to get a cut of that from something that he made mad long ago. And, and if that person who sold it for 150 then sells it again for 160, he gets that cut too. So, yeah, it's, again, I want to let you guys know about all this. I want you guys to be informed because unfortunately, the media these days are not informing our people as to what is going on, to quote my man Joe Budden. But next episode we're gonna be talking about oh God. No, you know what? People are gonna be playing this shit, and I'd rather you guys see this shit, cause I feel also that death is a sacred thing, and it shouldn't be recorded the way it was for this unfortunate soul right here. But I gotta tell this because I gotta warn people about what's happening to our country. This is a story about two girls in DC. They came to this area because they were going to rob a car. They were gonna rob this gentleman right here. I think they were they came to hijack this guy. Let me get serious for a second because what I don't like is the fact that these girls being so young, it's being told that they should go to jail for life. They should rot in jail and things like that. And I'm like, well, I mean, these are two young kids. These let me just play it for y'all. Let me just play it for y'all. And I'd like to know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this? What's your personal feelings about it? And, let it be an open discussion. I ain't here to babysit nobody. Be responsible for your words. But, all opinions are welcome. I really just want to know what the temperature in the room is like. But here it is.
She's stealing their car. She's stealing the car? Yeah, we called the cops. Call the cops. Call the cops. It's been called. It's been called. It's been called. It's been called.
Oh my God.
They stole the car. These girls stole the car.
This man is on the floor.
Hey, they stole the car. They stole the car. These girls. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it.
Let me tell you why this is nasty. This is a man who working at Uber Eats, probably trying to put food on the table. He's probably trying to take care of his family. Probably got a wife and kids who just want the best for him. And here come these two misguided teenagers, and now 3 lives are ruined. You know, I know it's probably easy for people to just be like, well, you know, fuck them, you know, this about this guy. No. Kids at 13 and 15 years old should not be like worried about what the court of public opinion is. Like, these are kids. You know, they should be in class somewhere learning about shit that actually matters, not, you know, just throwing their life away like this. So I just wanted to touch on this as well, because this was something that really tugged at me, especially when I saw that video. Because then again, I mean, you know, the guy he's on the floor, he's twitching, and just listen to this.
They stole the car. They stole the car. These girls.
Look at what this girl's worried about.
That's it.
Your phone was in there. You know, it's going to be a scary time when we as people care about property more than we do each other. That's all I'm going to say about that. R.I.P. to my man, Mohammad, Anwar. I didn't know you, but let me tell you, I hope you know, sleeping with the stars, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hope whatever the universe meant to you and your religion, that, you know, you're there and you good, because that, this is just not how we should treat each other, y'all. But anyway, this is The Hood Explains It. Talk to y'all later. Peace.